Canelo vs. Crawford live updates, Netflix fight card results, ring walk times, predictions, more. Follow live coverage as undisputed super middleweight champion Saul Alvarez faces the undefeated Terence Crawford tonight. Canelo vs. Crawford. Latest. Two of boxing's pound-for-pound greats clash tonight in Las Vegas, with Canelo Alvarez putting his undisputed super middleweight championship on the line against Terence Crawford, a former two-division undisputed champion. Crawford, 41-0, is stepping up two weight classes to face Canelo, February 2nd, 63, aiming to become the first male fighter to win an undisputed title in three weight classes in boxing's four-belt era. But the odds are against the American, as all-time great Canelo has never before been beaten at 168 pounds. Follow live coverage below. Main card start time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Main event ring walks approximate, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Watch and stream, Netflix. Email us, live@theathletic.com. The Athletic is the best place to be for all sports fans. In the soccer, the Premier League continues and the European ties are not far away, while in the golf, the Ryder Cup is coming up at the end of the month from Bethpage, New York. Plus, there is coverage of the start of the NFL season, college football, and plenty beyond. You can follow all of that and so much more right here. Subscribe on an exclusive offer here. Neither has ever been knocked down. Will that change? I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never going to keep me down. The lyrics to British rock band Chumbawamba's smash hit Tub Thumping, which reached number 6 in the charts in the U.S. in 1997, must be alien to both men. Why? Well, neither has ever been knocked down across their professional boxing careers. That's a combined 765 rounds. If either man is knocked down, it would be a spectacular first here in Vegas that, if the pride, their boxing records, and those 4 weighty belts weren't enough, there's an extra incentive for both men today. The Ring magazine has commissioned an exclusive belt which costs more than $188,000 to make, with the Ring's Rick Reno claiming it is the most expensive belt ever created. The WBC has also put the Nahuel Huey Altapima commemorative belt on the line, along with the first ever WBC Crown Series undisputed championship ring, with 10 carats of stones, 8.5 carats of white diamonds, worth more than $100,000. Tasty. What's on the line for Crawford? Crawford has never been beaten since turning pro. If Crawford wins, he will be the first male boxer to become a 3-division undisputed champion in the 4-belt era. He would also be one of only 6 male fighters to ever win titles in 5 divisions, after Thomas Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, Oscar de la Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, and Manny Pacquiao. The 37-year-old would also become one of only 3 to win the lineal championship across 4 different weight classes, alongside Pacquiao and Mayweather. Jr. Crawford, aiming to take the belt from Canelo. Terence Crawford is currently light middleweight champion for the WBA, but has made no defenses of that title yet, while he doesn't hold any of the welterweight titles at present. Starting at lightweight, a limit of 61.2 kilograms, he has climbed in weight classes through his career to light welterweight, super welterweight, and now super middleweight, 72.6 to 76.2 kilograms. If he wins, he will supersede Alvarez as the undisputed super middleweight champion, all 4 belts. What an achievement that would be. .7 stellar fights and beating Spence. It's not that Crawford was ever dodging big-name opponents in the earlier part of his career, not at all. But from 2019 onwards, the caliber of opponent, in terms of name recognition, took a big uptick as the American took fewer but probably more meaningful fights. He beat high-ranking Brits Amir Khan and Kell Brook, then Sean Porter across 4 fights, continuing to retain his WBO welterweight title. Then came the biggest match of his career, at least until now. Finally, boxing fans were treated to the super fight between Crawford and rival Errol Spence Jr., which Crawford won via technical knockout to snatch his opponent's unbeaten pro record. An unblemished record of 41-0, 31 by knockout. How Crawford went 34-0 over a decade. Terence Crawford began his pro career with around 24 wins against largely unheralded opponents. He beat Colombian Brady's Prescott by unanimous decision to go 20-0, knocking out Julius Indongo in his home state of Nebraska in 2017 to become undisputed light welterweight champion. 2 wins in June and October 2018, 10 years after his pro debut, against Jeff Horn and Jose Benavidez Jr., respectively, saw him win and retain the WBO welterweight title, elevating him to 34-0 and opening up the next portion of his career, where Bud started out born and raised in Omaha, Nebraska. Crawford was kicked out of 5 different schools because of physical disagreements. Neighbor Carl Washington, who owned the CW Boxing Club in North Omaha, recommended he join the gym, where his love of combat sports was developed. He took up boxing at 7 years old and fought 70 times as an amateur, winning 58, including against future world champions Danny Garcia and Mikey Garcia, and losing 12 times. Crawford, known as Bud, turned professional in March 2008, aged 20, diving deeper into Crawford. Terrence Crawford, meanwhile, is one of the most enduring figures in boxing. Let's take a look across his incredible career. Why is Alvarez taking the fight? Alvarez has never been beaten at super middleweight. The only 2 men to beat him were Floyd Mayweather, one of the greatest pugilists of all time and undefeated in a half-century of fights, and Dimitri Bivol at a higher weight class than normal. He has those records and his pride to defend today. What beating Skull and May achieved on May 3rd this year in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Canelo inflicted the first career defeat on William Skull. The unanimous decision win made him a 2-time undisputed super middleweight champion, regaining the IBF super middleweight title along with retaining his WBA, Super, WBC, WBO, and the ring titles. February 2nd, 63 from 67 fights with 39 knockouts. Only his second loss, and building up to today, Alvarez had stepped up several weight classes since debuting at light middleweight. He fought and beat Golovkin at middleweight, being defeated Fielding at super middleweight, and beat Sergey Kovalev at light heavyweight. Nonetheless, it was a step up from the light middleweight limit of 66.7 to 69.9 kilograms and a light heavyweight limit of 76.2 to 79.4 kilograms to face Dimitri Bivol. In a significant upset, Russian Bivol outpointed Alvarez 115 to 113 on all 3 judges' scorecards, using his footwork and distancing skills superbly and outlanding his opponent. A trilogy fight against Triple G Golovkin followed, another win via unanimous decision, before 5 straight wins against less heralded opponents, the last of a bout in May 2025. And speaking of which, a professional career among the most robust in the sport. Canelo's first 22 pro fights were all in Mexico. 21 wins and 1 draw on a split decision against Jorge Juarez, who has a heck of a claim to fame considering where Canelo's career progressed. In 2011, he beat Ricky Hatton's younger brother Matthew to take the WBC light middleweight title, and in 2013 defeated Austin Trout to add the WBA, Unified, and the ring light middleweight titles. He followed that with the first defeat of his career, a majority decision loss against Floyd Mayweather, but bounced back to beat Miguel Cotto, Amir Khan, Liam Smith, and Julio.